Guys, today we will be trading every NBA team's top 3 players or their big 3 across the league to random teams using a wheel. We have done something similar to this before, but the NBA has changed drastically over the past couple months. And after we used a wheel to trade each team's big 3, we're going to do a season and playoff simulation with those rosters here on NBA 2K21 next gen to determine the winner. Well guys, sit down, go get a snack and relax because this video begins now. Let's go. We are on to the most famous wheel. Now we have all the teams in order of their team names. So the Sixers will be up first. Each team's big 3 is up on the screen. We're going to spin the wheel, and I'm sorry if it lags a little bit. This site was very annoying, so it only lags a couple of times throughout the video. It's not you at home, it's this McDonald's website. Anyways, listen, their first team for the Sixers, they're going to be going to the Hornets as we see. In the Milwaukee Bucks big 3, Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday will be going down to the Cleveland Cavaliers, so they will stay in the East. Now we got the Chicago Bulls. LaVine's been on a tear this season. Markkanen and Otto Porter Jr. are going to go to the Golden State Warriors. So the Warriors fans, how do you feel about that big 3 joining your team? And now we got the big 3 of Sexton, Drummond, and Jared Allen, who have actually been amazing this year. And they're going to go to the Pelicans. Colin Sexton has to be in contention for most improved player of the year. But the Boston Celtics, the best duo in the NBA, and Kemba Walker, where are they going to go to? Oh my goodness, they're going to go to their rival teams after we just lost to the Lakers last night. Man, that was a tough game. Tatum and Brown played amazing, but it came down to the last shot by Kemba. He missed. I still love Kemba, but anyways, the Los Angeles Clippers big 3, look at this. Leonard and Ibaka will go back to Toronto. Also, Paul George is part of that big 3, as we got the Memphis big 3 with John Morant, Jaren Jackson, and Jonas Valanciunas, and they will go into the Washington Wizards. They will replace Beal, Westbrook, and Thomas Bryant. And continuing on, Trae Young, Collins, and Capella. The Hawks have been pretty okay this year. Trae Young has been playing great as of recently, but he's going to go to the New York Knicks with Collins and Capella. And continuing on, where are the Heat fans at in the comments? What's going on this year? Jimmy Butler just came back. Adebayo's having a good year. Tyler Hero's not playing bad as well, but they're going to go to the Utah Jazz. And we got the Charlotte Hornets. They already got Embiid, Simmons, and Tobias Harris. Their big 3 is going to go to the Indiana Pacers, Hayward, Rozier, and LaMelo Ball, who has been case for the Rookie of the Year. I mean, you can't deny that. He's Rookie of the Year in my opinion, and you guys' opinion as well, probably. The Utah Jazz big 3 is going to Dallas, and that is Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert. Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox, Holmes, and Harrison Barnes. Going to the Atlanta Hawks. Now we got the New York Knicks. Who wants this big 3? And honestly, they have been playing good this year. And they're going to go to the Clippers. Like, RJ Barrett's been playing good. Julius Randle's been playing good. Mitchell Robinson's been playing solid, as we got the Los Angeles Lakers, probably one of the best big 3s and the best duos in the NBA with LeBron Davis and Harrell. And they're going to San Antonio. They will stay in the West. Now we got Vucevic, Isaac, and Gordon of the Orlando Magic, and they will be going down to the Phoenix Suns. They will be moving conferences. Now Luka, Porzingis, and Richardson. This is a high overall team right here. Who are they going to go to? It's the Detroit Pistons, and obviously the best big 3 in the NBA. You can't deny that. Durant, Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Which lucky team will be getting it? And the wheel lagged right there. It's going to the 76ers. It still was going to go to them, but it's just funny how it lagged because there's going to be some controversy. Anyways, we got the Denver Nuggets big 3, who is pretty good as well, with Jokic having an MVP season. Going to the Timberwolves in this simulation. Next up, the Indiana Pacers. And man, how good have Brogdon and Sabonis been this season, as they will be going to the Denver Nuggets. TJ Warren hasn't been living up to the bubble expectations. It doesn't really matter. I think he'll pick it back up soon. Now we got the Pelicans big 3 with Zion, Brandon Ingram, and Steven Adams. They will be going to the Orlando Magic, and that's a nice big 3, honestly, if you ask me. Now we got the Pistons. Jeremy Grant having a crazy year so far with Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, going to the Portland Trail Blazers. So Blazers fans, how do you feel about that? Now we got the Toronto Raptors, Lowry, VanVleet, and Siakam. Going to the Milwaukee Bucks, they'll stay in the East. And this Houston Rockets big 3 we got up next, John Wall, Christian Wood, and Oladipo, is probably underrated in my opinion. I like this big 3 right here, and they will be going to the Memphis Grizzlies in this simulation. Continuing on the Spurs, who got LeBron James, Davis, and Harrell will be trading their big 3 with DeRozan, Aldridge, and Murray to the Miami Heat. And now we got the Phoenix Suns, Booker, Paul, and Mikal Bridges having a breakout season. Gonna go to the Sacramento Kings. That'll be interesting. They stay in the West. Now we got Shea Alexander, Lou Dort, and Al Horford. Alexander's been playing great this season. The Thunder, low-key surprising. They're not too bad as I thought they were going to be, but they will be going to my Celtics. I'm actually okay with that, even though we had to lose out on Tatum, Brown, and Kemba Walker. And the Timberwolves, Karl Towns, Russell, and Malik Beasley will go to the OKC Thunder, replacing their big 3. And the Blazers' top 3 players, they're very high overall, so they're going to go to the Houston Rockets. So how about that, Rockets fans? Lillard coming off that crazy game winner against the Bulls last night. And now we got the Golden State Warriors, Curry, Wiggins, and Pascal. They're going to go to the Chicago Bulls, so that means one team left is going to be the Washington Wizards, Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Thomas Bryant. they will be going to the Brooklyn Nets. So that will be interesting. They will stay in the East. Well, guys, that concludes the wheel. Hopefully you got a big three that you want. But anyways, I'm going to go fill up the rosters. And now we're on to NBA 2K21. I did everything after the wheel. So we saw the Sixers get the big three of the Nets with Durant, Harden, and Kyrie Irving. And we keep the bench. Only the top 3 players were traded, as we've seen. The Milwaukee Bucks, Curry, Wiggins, and also Pascal joining Wendell Carter Jr. The Cavaliers ended up getting the reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Bucks big three. The Celtics got the Thunder big three with Alexander. They did lose out on Tatum, Brown, and Walker though. The Clippers, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robertson, and RJ Barrett. And I said before, that's actually a nice big three. And also this big three of the Rockets now on the Grizzlies with Oladipo. But guys, as we go over these rosters, tell me the team that you think is gonna win based off your predictions of the rosters right now before you even get to the playoff simulation. Comment down below the team that you think is going to win and like the video for a chance to be shouted out in the next one. The people on the screen who liked and commented in the last one are up on the screen right now. You guys have been killing the support recently. I actually might have another Madden video out this week if you guys want it, but I still love making 2K videos. The Lakers, they got my rival Celtics, and now we got the Magic, Zion Williamson, Ingram, who's having a crazy year, and Zion's also having a pretty good year as well. The Nets, Bradley Beal, Westbrook, and everybody's saying free Bradley Beal. Let's see what happens this season. I think he might end up getting traded, but the Wizards, they're such like a weird organization. I feel like they won't let it happen. I don't know. But the Pacers, Gordon Hayward, they got the big three of the Hornets. The Pelicans, they got the big three of the Cavaliers with Drummond, Colin Sexton, and we see the Pistons got Luka Doncic, Porzingis, and Richardson. Let's see if they can turn that around. The Raptors, Kawhi Leonard is back in Toronto with Serge Ibaka and Paul George. That could be a scary team. The Rockets got Dame Lillard, CeeDee McCollum, and Nurkic. The Spurs, of course, got the Lakers. And the Spurs probably are number 1 in the power rankings because when you get LeBron James and Anthony Davis, that's what's going to happen. The Thunder got Karl Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley to join George Hill. Those Timberwolves got Nikola Jokic, Murray, Porter Jr., Anthony Edwards. That team could be pretty nice. The Blazers, like I said, Jeremy Grant having a crazy year. Zach LaVine, Otto Porter Jr. on the Warriors. Then we get the Wizards as the last team with Jaren Jackson, John Morant. Then you go so on and so forth. Guys, we're going to submit to the end of the season with these rosters. Let's see who makes the playoffs on NBA 2K. End of the season, Giannis goes back-to-back-to-back, wins MVP for the Cavaliers. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year, traded to the Pacers on the wheel. Vucevic, 6th Man of the Year behind DeAndre Ayton in Phoenix. Now Giannis wins Defensive Player again. Most Improved Player, Chris Boucher of the Toronto Raptors. And now let's check out the first team All-NBA. Doncic, Young, Giannis, Durant, and Jokic. As LeBron makes his second with Davis, Towns, Curry, as he were the league leaders for this season simulation. And now you guys can look through it, scroll through it, and we're going to continue on to the playoffs. What we all been waiting for in the East, the Magic, the number 1 team with Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and Adams. The Raptors with Kawhi are second. Hornets with Embiid, Cavaliers, Sixers, Bucks, the Knicks, and the Nets with Bradley Beal and Westbrook just make it in. Curry's Bulls does not make it. And the Celtics, Pacers, Heat all miss out. And on the Western Conference, LeBron and AD, number 1 seed for the Spurs in the West. Pelicans, Jazz, Suns, Lakers with Tatum, Brown, and Walker, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks with Donovan Mitchell, the Clippers just squeak in, and how about that? No Timberwolves, no Rockets, no Blazers, and now you guys see the playoff tournament, the bracket for this NBA 2K simulation. This is all a live game scenario, all predicted by 2K. You guys see the schedule. Make your predictions down below. If your team did not make it, it's your last chance to go again. All these big threes have been traded. Who's the best in the NBA? Let's get it started. We begin these playoffs in New York. Paul George and the Toronto Raptors are up in the series 3-0, looking to close it out on the road. 22 seconds, George, pull-up jumper, in and out, Boucher, the offensive rebound, it won't go. The Knicks have a chance to win this game and force this series to 5. The fans are on their feet here at the Madison Square Garden. 9 seconds, Trae Young, former Atlanta Hawk, trades the Knicks along with 2 other teammates. 3 seconds, C's on the line, go look for 3, in and out. Toronto holds on, and they will advance past the Knicks, winning in a sweep. Trae Young had the open look, he just couldn't get it to go in. And now we go to Los Angeles, where we have another sweep in the first round. This time it's the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs, with the big three of the former Lakers of LeBron James, Davis, and Montrezl Harrell. They knock off the Clippers in 4 games, and they'll move on. Entering Orlando, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference is the Magic, and they have a chance to knock off the Brooklyn Nets with Westbrook, Beal, and Bryant. Here in 5 games, Westbrook around the screen on a drive. Russell takes flight and throws it down. 22 seconds, and all of a sudden, can this 8-seeded Nets team take this number 1 seed to 6 games? They are up by 2, but Brandon Ingram and the New Orleans Pelicans, former big three, now in the Orlando Magic, have a chance to take this game into overtime. 11 seconds. Ingram got the one-on-one with Joe Harris. He has the mismatch. Isolation. Right side. Driving. Off the glass. Ties it up. Huge shot from Brandon Ingram with 4.7. Timeout Brooklyn. I mean, what a big-time shot as the game's coming to a close. Orlando wouldn't stop, forces overtime. Inbound goes to Westbrook. One-on-one. 1 second. He got it! Brooklyn wins the game at the buzzer. This series will go to 6. Cold-blooded shot from Russell Westbrook. And how about that? That reminded me of the Russell Westbrook game winner against Denver a few years back. And Brooklyn will continue the series. And before we get there, we go to Philadelphia with the Sixers with a new big three of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant will knock off the Cavaliers unless that goes in. No, there's no miracles in Philadelphia. And the Sixers will knock off Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Cleveland Cavaliers here in the first round. And we go to Brooklyn where we saw Russell Westbrook just hit a game winner at the buzzer. And now we can't even hit a mid-range. And maybe they're still saying free Bradley Beal in the comments, but the Orlando Magic, they went to 6 and they got through it. They survived and advanced, beating the Nets there in that game. And now we go to Memphis. The Utah Jazz down by 1, but they are trying to force 7. They're down the series. They're on the road. Clarkson, a tough jumper. It won't fall. Christian Wood. And here come the Grizzlies. That's the Rockets' big three. Oladipo, John Wall, and Wood. Low-key underrated, and they have a chance to knock out the Jazz in 6 games. Can they get the dagger? It's whoa! Bang! The three is good from downtown. 4-point game, 18 seconds. Utah out of timeout. You need a quick bucket. It's Clarkson on the drive. Again! He missed. John Wall the rebound. And that will seal the deal in Memphis. So Miami's big three Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Jimmy Butler will go down. They did make the playoffs, but this time it's all over. In the first round, 102-97 in Game 6, they are officially eliminated. And we go to Game 7 in Phoenix between the Lakers and the Suns. And the Suns can't win on their home floor. It's an 8-point game. The Lakers with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kemba Walker win on the road, a big-time Game 7. Huge win. They'll advance with the San Antonio Spurs, which should be a fun matchup in the second round as the Suns are going home. And now we have another Game 7 in the first round. We stay in the Western Conference. The Mavericks down 3. Hardaway puts it in. Just like that. We're into a tie game in New Orleans, 111-111, and that's Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, the old Jazz. Big three here on the Mavericks. They just saw the Jazz go down here in the first round. Can they win for the Mavericks? Colin Sexton around the pick. Jumper is no good. Drummond the rebound. He missed the bunny. Those were 2 good looks as here come the Mavericks the other way. Mitchell on Sexton, driving right side, puts it up in the foul. It goes in, and all of a sudden the Mavericks, 5 points in a row. They have all the momentum here in Game 7. The Pelicans just folding right now as there we go, 6 unanswered for the Dallas Mavericks. 20 seconds down by 3. Sexton, former Cavalier, now on the Pelicans. Looking to go quickly, gets the rim. Up and under, it's good. He connects on the 2, but they still need a foul. They're down by 1 point. Here the Mavericks can't afford a turnover. Gobert will inbound. Looking around, he finds Brunson. And Brunson wasn't part of the big three, so he will go to the line for the Mavericks. 10 seconds. First one is up, it's good. The Pelicans out of timeouts. Brunson the second to make a 3-point game. He's got it as well. Here we go, Drummond to inbound, 10.2. No timeout. Lonzo Ball looking. Finds Harts. Got it! Tie game! What a Game 7 we got going on in New Orleans. Unbelievable. In timeout Dallas. Looking for the Game 7 shocker on the road. Inbound to Mitchell. 3, 2, crossover to 3. It's off. And we're going to overtime in this back and forth game. I mean, we've just seen both these teams have chances to win. And now we are headed to overtime. In overtime, this one will come to an end. The Pelicans just go off. They win this game by 5 points. Mitchell can't convert. And the Dallas Mavericks, they were up by 3 late, and they can't hold on as this one goes to overtime, and the Pelicans survive and advance to the first round. And guys, I accidentally simulated too far and too fast as we saw the Hornets knock off the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. I couldn't get the video, but It went to 5 games. Siakam, Van Vliet, and Kyle Lowry couldn't get it done in Game 5 on the road as Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid do their work for the Hornets and get past the first round and going on to the conference semifinals. You guys see the schedule. These other teams, I mean, these matchups look fun. I can't wait to simulate. So guys, we're going to continue this one here on 2K21. Sit down, sit back, relax. Let's get the simulation going. And can you believe the Grizzlies are going to the Western Conference Finals? Who picked them down below? If you did, you might be lying because Victor Oladipo, John Wall, and Christian Wood just knocked off the Pelicans in 5 games. And also in 5 games is the Sixers knocking off the 1 seed in the East. The Orlando Magic got the 1 seed. They were looking nice, but when you run into Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, it's not going to look good. And as we go to Los Angeles, the San Antonio Spurs down by 2. They're up in the series with the Lakers trying to force 7 on LeBron James and Anthony Davis. LeBron a 3. It won't go. And all of a sudden the Lakers lead by 2 with the ball. 27 seconds. Jason Tatum looking for the dagger. Morris, one open is Gasol, the dagger. In and out. Montrezl Harrell gets the rebound. And the Spurs have some life here late in Game 6. 21 seconds. Down by 2. Let's see what the Spurs do. Will they go to AD or LeBron? It's James on Tatum. Spin. Up and in. And the foul for Gasol. Why would you even help right there? Tatum got cooked. Gasol went to help. Converted the foul. And he will make the free throw. That is a big time play there from LeBron James. 15.8 remaining in this game. The Lakers season now on the line all of a sudden. They were just up by 2 with the ball. 7 seconds. Here comes the double on Tatum. Gasol wide open. He missed again. LeBron the rebound. And I can't believe this. I've never seen one single person actually lose a game in the series. The Spurs come from behind and knock off the Lakers in 6 games. And now we go to Game 6 where the Charlotte Hornets, they gave the Raptors a run for their money with a 2 seed in the East with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Serge Ibaka will knock off Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris here in the second round, and those teams will all advance to the conference finals. And as we get there in the West, it's the Spurs versus the Grizzlies, and in the East, the Raptors versus the Sixers. Best of 7 series to make it to the NBA Finals. Who's gonna do it? Let's find out on this simulation. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Sixers Raptors. Harden to step back for the lead. Front rim no good. Ball in the air. Picked up by Boucher. And here comes Kawhi Leonard up by 1. Looking to extend on their lead. And the fans here are going crazy. It makes me miss the fans actually in real life as Leonard, the pull-up won't go. Up into rebound. And the flush is good. 32 seconds. Philadelphia down by 3. And I know for a fact a lot of you guys had this team to win this simulation as their season is on the line. Harden isolated. Defensive chance. Oh, he got him. The defense is right there. Harden connects. What a tough shot from James Harden to cut the lead to 1. 20 seconds at the inbound and play the foul game. It's Paul George and he will go to the line. 19.1 remaining. We got MVP chance for Paul George, and the first one is no good. Hold on, wait a minute. Now the Sixers don't have to go for a 3. Can he get the second one, Paul George? He got it. 2-point game, 19 seconds out of timeout. Here we go. Who will they go to? Harden, Irving, and Durant. James Harden one-on-one. Trying to drive. Going left. Up. And the foul. Harden got it. What a bad foul by Boucher. And with 11 seconds, Harden to take the lead. He puts it in. And all of a sudden, this game has just turned like that. 11 seconds. Here we go. Game 7, winner go home. Leonard down by 1. Step back. Takes it. And it's good. Kawhi Leonard knocks it down. 4.1. Out of timeouts. Harden from the logo. Toronto's going to the championship. Kawhi Leonard, are you serious? Knocks off the Sixers with a game winner here in Game 7. And the Toronto Raptors are your Eastern Conference Finals champions. What a big-time game and performance from both teams. What a matchup as the Raptors will advance. And to meet them there is the San Antonio Spurs. They will win their series in 7, but give the Grizzlies some credit. I did not think this team was going to make it this far and take this Spurs team, the number 1 team in the West, all the way to 7 games. They did come up short, but however, what a big time run it was for the Grizzlies. And you fans out there in Memphis, That was a big time run. Anyways, the Spurs will advance, and now we got the best of 7 series for the NBA championship. LeBron and AD Spurs versus Kawhi Leonard and Paul George's Raptors. Who's gonna do it? Let's find out. As we enter Game 6, 3-2 series lead for the Raptors, but Patty Mills just hit a free throw, and the Spurs with 43 seconds need to stop, and they can force Game 7 back in San Antonio. The Raptors are looking to win the championship here at home, letting them step back, in and out, just like the shot it took to beat the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now with 30 seconds, it goes to LeBron James, driving right, cut off nicely by Leonard. Here we go, we want this matchup. LeBron misses it and he falls to the ground. Timeout Toronto, down by 1, they got the stop. A little over 20 seconds in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Can Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors, down by 1, win this game and the championship? Leonard around the screen, it's good. The layup with 14.1. Here we go. Spurs at a timeout, season on the line. 9 seconds, LeBron James on Leonard. 7, LeBron has to get it going. Spin, goes up, got it! LeBron James, 2.5, no timeouts. Davis, full courts, it's off, and we're going to 7. The Spurs rally on the road in Toronto, and this series isn't over yet. Back in San Antonio for 7.
The moment has arrived. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The Raptors have reached the final destination. An epic journey is nearly complete. The opportunity to win the ultimate prize in a series that will go the distance. They must bring all they can muster against the Spurs. Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
After the LeBron game winner in Game 6, we enter Game 7, it's tied up. LeBron to Davis, the layup is good, and the Spurs take a 2-point lead here late in the fourth quarter. 43 seconds, and this NBA Finals has been insane. So far, one of the best we've seen. Leonard on the drive, blocked by James, rebound, oh! He just dunked on LeBron after he blocked Kawhi Leonard, and the Raptors tied up. What a weird sequence. And with 28 seconds, 10 seconds shot differential. San Antonio looking for the lead. LeBron around the screen, driving right, spin. Oh, he's been doing that all simulation long, and he gets it again. The San Antonio fans are on their feet. They are one stop away from winning the NBA Finals. Kawhi Leonard, 14 seconds down by 2. Guarded by LeBron. Here comes the pick, driving left, splits the defender, goes up, and 1. Kawhi Leonard, late here in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, a chance to take the lead. Leonard at the line for the biggest free throw of his career, and it's good. Raptors lead by 1, no timeout. Season championship comes down to this. 5 seconds, Patty Mills, 4, 3, nobody guarding him for the championship. Back rim, it's over. The Toronto Raptors win the NBA Finals in today's simulation, and my voice is completely gone. Guys, this had to be one of the most back and forth simulations we have ever seen on halftime reductions. Like, just when you thought the Lakers were going to win, the Spurs won. When you thought the Sixers were going to win, the Raptors won. And when you thought the Spurs were going to win, the Raptors won. I mean, I just can't believe what happened in today's video. I can't thank you guys enough for your support. I read every single comment, trust me. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe down below. This was a fun simulation. The big threes were traded, and we saw that the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Serge Ibaka, former Clippers, go to Toronto and win the channel simulation. Unbelievable, fans. Thank you guys for all the support. If you watched the video, I can't thank you enough. It's your boy Halftime Productions, and we out.